capsize with your pen. And keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. There's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win, and the times they are a-changing. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a VeVe Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello, Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So this is going to be a... I'm going to try to go as long as possible. Outside of the videos that you guys have seen the past few days, and outside of conversations I've had with my girlfriend, I have not spoken. So outside of the 10 minutes of videos you've seen, and the couple minutes I talk to my girlfriend each day, there has been zero talking. So I'd like to think that outside of coughing, my throat is pretty rested up. You know, talking for about 6 to 7 hours a day, going down to talking to next to no hours a day, your throat can heal, I think, a lot. So I'm going to go and talk about which ones over the next couple of days I'm going to absolutely try to find money to buy the NFTs on the VeVe app, and also which ones are going to that I'm going to leave alone. But before we get started with that, everyone check out Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, Kyle Willson, and Golden Assets on YouTube. And also check out at EQ_crypto, at NotStarHelix, and at HeyDavidDon on the Twitter. And also, before we get started, the Earth 2, that kind of how I really got my start on YouTube, how I really blew up, was because of Earth 2 and their new guy that's the director of strategy. Used to work at Binance, and Earth 2 had announced recently that their essence is going to be their crypto. So I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is their new guy, who's Omar, I forget his name, but Omar something, he's working at Earth 2 now, and he has contacts over at Binance, so it should be pretty easy for Binance to list Earth 2's crypto whenever that happens. I don't have that much of that essence. I have maybe 30-something thousand. Be advised that there are some people that have hundreds of thousands, several hundred thousands of this essence. I have 31,000. Not a lot. Now, when this Earth 2 crypto comes out, the essence, when we're able to buy it, I have about $6,000 in my account ready to go for Earth 2. It's right there, absolutely getting ready to spend. And again, as that comes out, I'll be going ham on it. I'll be going ham. But again, that's for that. For Omi, I have 116.3 million. I'll try to get more probably next week. And then for the NFTs, I got the common and the uncommon snow globe because I wanted to have Deadpool. Again, if you haven't heard, a lot of people that were upset with Deadpool saying oh, okay, well, he's got a Christmas thing on. I don't really like his ugly Christmas sweater. Sorry, cough drop. What I did was I went in and you can take that snow globe. You could put Deadpool inside the snow globe, or put the snow globe in front of Deadpool, and then the snow globe takes Deadpool's sweater and his hat off. So if you want Deadpool without his sweater, without his hat, you can by all means go and purchase that snow globe and have fun with it in AR, have fun with it that way. Obviously, you don't need it for the common Deadpool. The common Deadpool already doesn't have any of that. So if you want to play with that, get the snow globes. We have Labits. We have Steamboat Willie, which is, kind of like the first Mickey. And then you do have the Christmas stamps that are coming out. That's the thumbnail. And a couple of things that we don't really know about yet. But these in general they're a lot. Labits, all right, let's start with them. We already have 2 sets of those. And this seems familiar, because what happened with the Jermaine Rogers sets, where the first 600 people or whatever to get all 3 sets, they got a few weeks later, hey, guess what? They get airdropped a golden bunny. And well, what happened with that? That was worth $6,000 and $3,000, and I sold mine for $3,000. I don't know what other people sold theirs at, but yeah, um, there's a decent chance that that happens with the Labits. Now I have the first two sets, so here's what I'm thinking. Currently, I have like 400 something gems. I do not have a lot. Let me show you guys real quick, just so you know where I'm coming from. And I'm not, and I could go and I could scrape and scrounge and get some more gems, and I could get these Labits, right? I have 396 gems, not a lot. So if I go and I say like, all right, I'm going to get all these Labits, which are next to impossible to get, because the ultra rare has 888 of them, which is not a lot at all. We do have the article. Let me go to the article real quick. Oh my god, I hate that. All right, so the article for the Labits. If you can get any on the drop, I don't know, try for like the uncommon, because the commons are cheap. They're $25. There's 3,800 of them. They're coming in the time of St. Nick stamps and Steamboat Mickey stamps. So these might not actually do that well, but there's a chance that they do. And why would they do really well? Because again, there's a lot of competition. Why would these do well? Because if you are able to get this ultra rare, you complete the set, including this one that has 888 of them, and you have the first two sets, then maybe you get a secret rare Labit for collecting all three sets, and maybe that's worth several $1,000s. And if that's worth several $1,000s, well, then it's worth it. It's worth it to get this set. But again, we don't know if that's happening. We don't know if anything like that is going to happen. It was hypothesized for a long time that it would happen with the Jermaine Rogers sets. But it's also been hypothesized saying, oh, that's probably not the only set where that's going to happen. There's probably going to be other sets where if you collect all of them, then you have a certain amount of money coming in, or you have a certain giveaway or a certain airdrop. So in my opinion, this is what I'm thinking. Let me go through all of them, and then I'll let you know my game plan. I do not have that first stamp set. I don't. I have like a common and uncommon. I'll let you know right now. I'll take a look. Yeah, I got an uncommon and a common. So now the ultra rare for this is not a lot. Well, it's $500, so it's a good amount. So that $500, and then getting the rare, which hopefully isn't 106. So about $670 for the ultra rare and that rare. If I were to get those, which I don't really want to. I don't think the stamps right now, let's say you get the stamps, both sets, I don't think those are the ones that are going to give you like the greatest return. When we have we have the Labits, which has the potential to give, collect all three sets, you might get a different one. Because again, last set, the previous two sets have had six Labits. We've had and I'll show you again. The first set had 6. And the second set had 6, but kind of 5 and then 1 extra. You had these 4, you had this one, and then you had this one. This one was the extra because this one was only given to people that were affected by Gemgate. So that's why we had it. But either way, we still have 6. Now this set we only have 4. So if this set we only have 4, then there's a decent chance that there might be another one that's airdropped to us, or that we could get if we complete, all 3 sets. Which again, I don't know. And then there's Steamboat Mickey. Steamboat Mickey. Do we have the? Yeah, here we go. The article here. 18, almost 19,000 common. So let's do the math here. 18,928, or I'm sorry, 18,928 plus 13,928 uncommon plus 6,928 ultra rare. So we have almost 40,000 of these. So figure between 39 and 39 and 40,000. That's a lot. And you could tell that these, if you look at them, they don't say first appearance. They don't say first edition. They're series 1 in the collection, in the Mickey Mouse NFT. So I do think that there's a chance, a small chance, that some people are going to say like, oh, well, actually, oh, is this a blind box too? Oh, this is a blind box. There's a good chance that we get some, actually. And I'll get to comments in a minute. I know those are probably piling up. I just wanted to give my thoughts on this, that what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my luck with this. I'm going to try my luck with this one. But this one, if there's a lot of them, why are the Walt statues, the partner statues? Let me go to the brands. Let me go to Disney and take a look at the golden moments. Now, the partner statues, there's only one of them. It is a first appearance, and there's 4,333. So there are less of those. There are less of those, that whole set, than there are of just the ultra rares here. Now, this ultra rare is actually, well, this is the actual first appearance where you see Mickey Mouse. Where was it here? And that's not the case for the partner statue. The partner statue was the first appearance on the app. It's the first appearance of that one in premium digital format. But that partner statue was made in, I think, 93 or 90. It wasn't made 100 years ago, where as Mickey Mouse was. It was Steamboat Willie. And we could probably talk about this the same way we could talk about, well, maybe not. I was going to say Mario, because like say, oh, well, they could come out with the original Jumpman NFT, and that could be a first appearance. And then they could come out with like a Super Mario 64 NFT, and that could also be a first. But those are two different Marios. Like those, because those are not. So I can't say that, because those are two different actual characters. These guys, Steamboat Willie, is Mickey Mouse. They just renamed him. Like that's Mickey. They just renamed him. Unless, to my knowledge, which I don't think is true, but to my knowledge, this is the same character. Where if you do that with Super Mario, you can't say that. Those are completely different characters. Or the original Jumpman that came out with the Donkey Kong video game, that's a different character than what we know today. Technically, so is Donkey Kong. So with this one, it's the first appearance of this type of character. Even though that they call it the partner statue, they didn't even call it Mickey. Some people call it Walt and Mickey. I don't think this is going to do nearly as well. I don't think these ultra rares are going to be going for $10,000. I really don't. Do I want them? Of course I do. Animated? That statue is not animated. That statue is over 5 figures, and that is not animated. But this one, it is. It's cool. And it's, again, if anyone ever remembers The Outsiders, that, well, I mean, the book too, but the movie, where you have Emilio Estevez, hey, look, Mickey's on TV. And he's wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt. He has like a beer, and he has like some chocolate cake. And it's Mickey Mouse just going, just whistling and on a steamboat. So again, I love this, and I want one. But if I had to put, I don't think you would need to budget $5,000 for this statue. Again, it's animated. I just don't see there's enough of them where I don't see it being $5,000. I got a hey, you're on stream right now. I'm streaming. Can I give you a call back later?
Oh yeah. Sorry, my bad.
All right, peace, man. That's, it's a fun guy, buddy Michael. No, his dad and his cousin and his brother and his other cousin and his whole family. Anyway, oh god, I'm dying. I have this really, and I promise I'll get to comments in a second. I have this really interesting feeling about, I'm going to probably not buy the stamps at all. I mean, I'll try it. I'll do, if it's a blind box, I'll just get the blind box and, whatever. But I think the Labits might actually be something that, and I've made this mistake before, but if I go and get the Labbit, if I don't get the Labits, I have two options. I can get the Labits, spend probably $2,000 for the set, Because that one, this 888 mints, is probably going to be minimum, if that, probably like $1,500 minimum. And then the other, yeah, so probably $2,000 for that set. There's 4 of them. And if I get that, if we do get that third, if we get that airdrop, if they do that, I'll immediately sell that set. Just because, again, I like the Labits. They're cool. Actually, we might be able to breed those at some point, so maybe I shouldn't. Basically, I just don't want to get caught with my pants around my ankles again, like I did with Disney. I didn't get a Walt for $2,400, not because I didn't want them, but because I didn't have the gems. So I would sell something for gems, because again, not everything has been announced. If there's a Boba Fett NFT, oh, good golly gosh. And they said in an announcement before, hey, we're ready to go, start of the new year, for phase 3 of Immutable X, and that means exchanges pretty soon after. So probably early February, if not late January, for exchanges. Like, they'll start that first week of January on the phase 3, and that doesn't need to be complete for us to go on exchanges. They just need to get through probably like a week or two before they can announce exchanges, and then before exchanges are listing OMI. So I would say give it, yeah, I would say late January, early February for exchanges. But there's just so much happening right now. I want to have more gems just in case they have a Book of Boba Fett or they have some other stuff. So let me, 16 minutes later, go to comments. Brendan Z says, Renty's back. It's a Christmas miracle. Aping in hardcore tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get the... Yeah, I don't have enough gems for it right now. I have 394 gems. Y'all just saw. I have a... Let's say it's $1,000 for that. It's probably going to be more. It's probably going to be more than $1,000. But for right now, I will do... I'll ask a buddy of mine how much they're putting in. How many more gems do you have? How many more gems are you looking to get? Because I'll probably get some tonight. Probably get some more gems. Garrett says, yo. They Will Butler says, hi, Randog. How's it going? John Doer says, welcome back, Randy. Hope you're feeling better. Much better. Literally all of last week and even yesterday. Yesterday I was getting a little better, but most of all last week, thought I was dying. Not good. Achori says, I need advice. Take my stock of gems plus sell 1.5 million OMI and buy a Walt or Mickey statue, or keep the OMI. I'm not selling my OMI. Like, if you were to ask me that, hey, I'll give you my, let's say the partner statue is, let's say, like 14, I don't know what it is, but let's say it's $14,000. Somebody says, just give me $10,000 worth of OMI and I'll give you the statue. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. $5,000 of OMI I would not give for a statue. Just because I can't right now. It's too late in the game. This is like 8th inning here before we get on exchanges. Got another month to give for that 9th inning. I can't do that. Jennifer Chapman says, I'm so excited for the Christmas stamps. I want all stamps coming into VeVe. In the future, those will have a very, again, that's one of the oldest collecting hobbies in the world, is collecting those stamps. So yeah. Theo Butler says, everyone here to drop a like. Oh yeah, thanks everyone. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go on the Twitter and I am going to go to my video and I'm gonna give myself a like. Thanks everyone for smashing that like button with me. Yes. Moving on here. Anthony Rodriguez says, what's good, Randy? Good to see you back. Thank you. Denver Chapman says, don't worry about making videos. If you don't feel well, we will all be here when you are better. Thank you. So it killed me not to make videos, not to stream. Like, we've had such amazing things drop the last week. But it also killed me. Like, I had to cancel. I was supposed to have Orange Bag Lady on. I was supposed to have Athena Crypto Baby on the podcast, and I was supposed to have my friend Mike on the podcast. Supposed to be on a couple of other people's podcasts. I just had to cancel because I I couldn't talk. I could, like, you guys saw, I was like, it was just not good at all. Um, but now I do feel better, and if I can, I don't know how, like, we did this when we were younger, where we would like go to work and we were sick, and it was definitely not recommended. Um, but again, this is very very pre-pandemic. Um, if what I can do is, as far as like work, is just talking to you guys and giving my advice, and not financial advice, but just giving what I would do on things, I think I don't have an excuse to not do that. This is my only, I don't want to say job, because it's more of a privilege, but this is my only thing that I do. I don't do anything else. So and I think it helps people. So I have a pretty good reason to continue these videos. If I'm not like 100%, I could definitely still talk. Floorboard Voodoo says, what do you think the potential for the ultra rare Steamboat Willie? Would it be selling Spider-Man ultra rare, or yeah, I think it might mirror the Spider-Man ultra rares, because this is, well, a lot more than the 6,900 people that can get this NFT or can complete the set. Will definitely want it. So I could picture this being a couple $1,000s. Will it reach 5,000? That's a lot. I'm not saying it won't eventually, but I'm saying right out the gate. Right now, there's just a little bit of a gem squeeze. Right now, it is the holidays, so people actually do have families that they need to, like, hey, you know what? I can't afford an extra $2,000 for this. Where I those Christmas presents for the kids. Some people, they like to put on airs, and they say, like, oh, I'm gonna buy Christmas presents for all of you guys and leave nothing for me, because they like to put on airs. Um, so this is a hard time for people to spend money. I think that I want to say by January, February. I would say by February, these things skyrocket, because you have like a bunch of you have MTL happening, you have Omi to NFT, you have Omi mooning, and you have, okay, not in the holidays anymore. So there's a bunch of different reasons why a lot of these collectibles. At that point, I could see Steamboat Mickey reaching 5K, because at that point you have people that are that's what they're doing. They're going, and they're suddenly it's not the holidays anymore. They get a little bit extra cash. They're recovering from that a little bit, and yeah, insane amounts of stuff. But I'd picture it being a couple grand. What's up, Ethan? How's it going? Taco says Mickey will be worth 5K plus. I think eventually you're right. Right away, I just don't see that happening yet. I'm the one who knocks. Says, I'm super excited about E2. Dude, I can't wait. Again, I already have 30-something thousand of that crypto. If that gets on Binance, dude, if that let's say at 10 cents, not a lot. So okay, I get a couple grand out of it. If that reaches $1, Arya Realty Investments has $1 million, because he's already got several $100,000 worth of property, plus he's got like 800,000 essence. Dude's insane. Dude's bananas. And I know a couple of people that just consistently buy tier 1 tiles every single day, multiple times a day, because the essence that it's going to give them. And now that a guy previously that was working at Binance is like the strategic head, yeah, that Artsu's going to be nuts. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Aldous Havley says, ho ho healthy Randy, glad you're feeling better. Big hugs, happy holidays. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Where was I? Yeah. Bill Gardner says, I feel like the Steamboat Mickey set will be huge. What are your thoughts on the pricing? I missed out on Walt. Could this be a second opportunity? I think one of the advantages it has over Walt is that it's animated, and it is actually, it's not a first appearance, but it is the first NFT of Steamboat Willie. Like that, the partner statue where he's holding Mickey's hand it just looks a little bit different. And that statue that is based off of is from like the 90s, I think. It's not the original Steamboat Willie. That is this. That's the one that, again, was so ubiquitous at one point that it was on Emilio Estevez's shirt in The Outsiders. So, yeah, that was really cool. I don't want to call this the second Walt though. Will it surpass? I don't know. I don't think it'll surpass Walt. Um, just because again, it's got a lot of, and at any time they want, they could code it in there. They can flip a switch and they can make Walt animated if they want. But with Steamboat Willie, it's already going to be animated, and it looks great. It looks cool. It looks cool, but I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll flip Walt. Now again, if you go and get it, yeah, I could picture that being a couple $1,000s. The only reason why it won't be 5K right away is because there's so many other things going out there right now. Again, if let's say there's between 39,000 and 40,000 of these in total for the whole set, that could be if nobody was on the app today, that could be completed in 2 days. Everyone could have one in 2 days because we have minimum of 20,000 people coming on the app every day. They said between 20 and 30,000 people, but it's probably going to be it's 20,000 is like the lower end of that. Garrett says $500 for first ever ultra rare NFT by the USPS is ridiculously low. I think you are correct where it is a first, it is historical. But here's the other thing. And I'll bring this back to Mickey Mouse. I love Mickey Mouse. Kind of. I mean, you see King Mickey in where does everybody know Mickey Mouse from? Like name it's a rhetorical question, or comment down below. Where do you know Mickey Mouse from? Where is the first time you saw him, or that like you really remember him, have good memories of him? I kind of remember seeing Fantasia when I was younger. Kind of. A lot of girls definitely will. But I don't. Kingdom Hearts, if you play video games, you know, King Mickey. But I don't actually know too many cartoons that he was in. I don't. I think there was like Mickey's cartoons or Mickey's like Clubhouse or something back in the day, that cartoon, but he was never in it. Like if that's the cartoon I was remembering, he was never in it. So I actually have more of a connection, let's say with like Kermit the Frog or cartoons that I actually, let's say Goofy Movie. You know, with Max and Goofy, I have a more connection with them than I do. Like, I don't remember a time where I sat and watched and, hey, this has Mickey Mouse in it. This is one of my favorite things. I don't. And I know a lot of people are saying, like, yes, they love it. How many people do I represent where we, you know, love and appreciate and respect Mickey, but actually don't have that connection with them like we do with certain other characters? Is Mickey Mouse your favorite character, like ever? I don't think he's many people's. Many people will say, well, Disney's my favorite thing. Yeah, of course. Disney is a lot of people's favorite thing. But I think this is something that I don't hear anyone else talking about, is that some things are loved and respected just because of what they did in the past, but not for what they've done recently. And, you know, the House of Mouse, the Disney company, keeps doing amazing things. But I haven't seen a Mickey movie in... I don't think I've ever actually seen, like, a whole... Again, Fantasia, when I was younger. I just don't... Actually, he is in Disney Battle Arena. And he's pretty good in that. You know, I had him on my team for a while. But yeah, I think there are a lot of other characters that people would go... That would like a little bit more. That they have more of a connection. Again, I just go to Goofy Movie just because I love that movie. You know, part of that 90s, you know, Renaissance era. But I don't think... I think people are getting him just to get him, not because they really absolutely love him. And I think the same thing with stamps. I think that stamps, like, yes, it's historical, and clearly they bring in tons of money. But, like, how many people actually do collect stamps? And now, obviously, there's a lot of people, but I think more people will collect other things, in my opinion. Wes says, just sell 5 Pokies and you'll have all the gems. I have... Anyone remember... So, Wes, do you remember that episode of South Park where they say S-H-I-T like 100 times in the episode? And then at the end of the episode, in that South Park universe, they say, like, you know, Cartman says, like, please, people, watch your language. You know, and they go and do that. And in that South Park universe, they can't say that word anymore. They have recently, but for years they didn't say shit. They didn't say poop, or they said poop. They said crap. But they didn't say that word because of that episode. So when I've said that, hey guys, I love that secret rare alligator Loki, and I buy 11 of them, I can't sell. I can't sell now because like I've already shot myself shot myself in the foot. I can't sell those. I even went as far as like, okay, let me diversify. When I was dying, for those of you that don't know, I found I wanted my last purchases, like if let's say I did die, my last purchases, like, oh, this is going to be funny, to be memes. So I scoured the internet, or I scoured VeVe for which ones were 69. Like which six, because 69 is like the biggest meme, the biggest nice. So it happened to be the ones that I found for relatively cheap were the common and the ultra rare alligator Lokis. So I spent about $2,000 on the total on the common 69 and the ultra rare 69 alligator Lokis. So I could have bought two more, or almost two more secret rare Lokis, but I didn't. Because I have 11 of those. That's enough. Between me and Dr. Profit, we have quite a bit percentage of those. So let me move on from that. Lord of the Realm, let me get to you real quick. Glad to see you back in action. Missed having Randy and Dashy in my streams. Do you think I should sell my ultra rare number 74 Deadpool to secure the ultra rare Mickey in the aftermarket? I think if you had other things to sell, I would probably... Oh, you said ultra rare though, right? If you have a secret rare Deadpool, or you have... in my opinion, I don't want to say Deadpool's a blue... All right. Let's say Tesla didn't exist, right? Let's say Tesla didn't exist, and the only cars in the future that could be able to take you from point A to point B are Uber and Lyft, right? Well, then it would probably be, again, say wind the clocks back 5 years ago. It's probably a good idea to invest in Uber and Lyft 5 years ago, right? Well, why? Because let's say people 50 and over or 60 and over didn't take Uber because like, oh, this is weird. Like old people in technology, they don't want to do it. Well, what's going to happen in 20 years where those people are gone, and now the kids that are being born in 20 years, they're all going to take Uber. Again, barring in the future, Tesla is really just going to mop the floor with them. They might absorb those companies just because they'll have full self-driving. They won't need Uber. But in the future, everyone will have a ride-sharing app. And it is probably a good idea to invest in ride-sharing apps, most likely Tesla, in my opinion, because they will dominate that space. But that will happen because the whole world will change. In that same breath, I will say that Deadpool has been around for 30 years, let's say. And Deadpool is known by millions, tens of millions of, again, those movies made absolute bank. And he was one of the characters that got huge before they made a movie out of him. I don't remember anybody cosplaying as Thor or Hawkeye or Black Widow before the Avengers movies. I don't. But I remember people cosplaying as Deadpool. I remember people cosplaying as Captain America. Like Deadpool is one of those characters that has major popularity, and they did not need a movie in order for him to be popular. I think in the future, this Deadpool characters will be he won't be like a Batman or Superman, but it's going to be so well known because a lot of people now that, let's say, don't know him in like this, again, if anyone in the world, any old person, they'll know who Superman is because he's been around for so long. So let's say in 30 years, when everybody from 60 and up, or most of them, have moved on, and everybody that's 30 years old right now is that age, is 60, and everyone being born, they're going to know who Deadpool is. I would not sell Deadpool. I would not. Even if it is to get a Steamboat Mickey. If, gun to my head right now, or wand in my head, somebody about to Avada Kedavra myself. Hey, would you trade your secret rare Deadpool for an ultra rare Mickey? That ultra rare Mickey will probably be worth more, but there are a lot of other things that could be used as gem fodder to sell as opposed to Deadpool. That is my opinion, the honest opinion. Like, yes, that you'd probably get a little more gems. Again, if you can make that, um, you'll probably be able to go and snipe that, and that'll pay off better maybe in the future. But I would do other things. I would sell other things as opposed to that. Bill Gardner says, yeah, Steamboat is 120-ish years old. That's a lot. Squid Cat says, you look and sound so much better. Well, thank you. Actuary says, thank you. Oh, no problem. Mark Garrow says, happy to have you back. Hugs. Oh, dude, thanks, brother. Hugs to you. Aldous Havley says, ho ho, healthy Randy. Glad you're feeling better. Big hugs. Happy holidays. Thank you so much for that super chat. Super Duper Hank says, hi Randy, did you see Jack tweet yesterday about Web3? What did you think about that? Jack, like Dorsey, I'm guessing? Let me, hang on one second. This is a tale of Captain Jack Sparrow, pirates away. Let's take a look at Jack Dorsey here. Minutes ago, oh god, he's got well, I see him tweet about it today, saying Web3 is going to make a lot of Silicon Valley VCs more wealthy than retailers. It's probably possible. Oh, it says you don't own Web3. The VCs and their LPs do. It will never escape their incentives. It's ultimately a centralized entity with a different label. Know what you're getting into. I think it depends. I think it depends on which one. I mean, if you go with like a Bored Ape Yacht Club, or you go with CryptoPunks, like some things that are out of their hands, that aren't, these giant, licensors or whatever, it could be completely different. I don't think he's talking about directly VeVe, but VeVe probably falls under this. But I mean, if Twitter started as a protocol, the free speech wing of free speech party, and I think Web3 offers a good possibilities, and I think that this can be an expression of self for artists, for musicians, or for people that are just creative in general. And is it very possible that, well, let's say like, mom and pop shops. Yeah, I'd much rather shop at a mom and pop shop or shop at my friends' places if they have businesses, as opposed to like a Home Depot, or as opposed to like a Walmart. But I'm in a position where I can do that because I have a little bit more money and I don't have to scrimp and save and count my pennies. But some people do. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, well, if you can get 20% off on stuff that you need, even like groceries, they're probably going to shop at these places. So it's going to come down to people on what they want to buy, what they want to get into, and yeah, that's probably. I mean, again, what NFT are you going to buy? Are you going to buy your friend's NFT that they made? And let's say it's good. Let's say it's cool. Let's say it's like, oh, hey, this is cool artwork and it's interesting. And let's say it's $100. Like, okay, well, that's a lot. That's a lot. Do you support your friend, or do you get something like a below retail common alligator Loki that was at $40 and now it's at like $36? Like, I could buy 3 of those, in place of this one thing that's not going to have any utility, that's not going to have any, whatever. I don't know what the right move is. I don't. Do what's best for you. That's really hard. That's really good. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. All I know is that what I've been put on the planet to do is help animals, and this is a way that I can do that with Omi, with these NFTs, and I'm not going to change my strategy unless the thesis of the company changes, or unless I've accomplished all that I've set out to do and I have a bunch of money left over. I'll let you all know. I'll keep you all posted. Ruben says, where can I buy Earth 2 tokens? So the good and bad thing is that the only way to get the Earth 2 essence is to buy tier 1 tiles in Earth 2, outfit them with mentors, and then you can go and you can collect the essence. You know, slot jewels into them, and then you collect the essence. But most likely, from this recent developments, Binance will probably have a listing at some point next year. I will let you know when. We got Yegs Y says, hey Randy, hope you're feeling well. I feel like not many people are talking about Master Collector Program. It would be smart to collect all the cheap secret rare comics. Each are 6 points and could give an advantage towards the Master Collector Program. I am very curious to see what the actual value of points are going to be. Sorry. I thought I had paper cut. Because let's say you can get a cheap comic, a secret rare comic for, let's say, like $500. And, okay, so you're paying about $117 a point? Let's do some math here. Let's say 500 divided by... 500 divided by 6. I'm sorry, 83. Yeah, so you're spending about $83 per point in the master, just for that secret rare, that Master Collector Program. If you have $500, and you get that, let's say, secret rare comic, and you get 6 points a day, right? That's a large upfront cost, but you're getting 6 points a day. So I would say if you have, let's say the commons are 1 point each day, right? Well, if you can get 6 comics, for cheap ones for $15 to $20, and those are 6 points each day. So I would get those as opposed to now again, that's as far as the Master Collector Program is going for. I think the secret rare, buy 20 comics or 20 common comics or 1 secret rare comic. I think 1 secret rare comic is probably going to do you better in the long run. Just my opinion. But again, that's for money. Master Collector Program points, I don't know if it's worth it to get the secret rare just for the points, because we don't know the value of those points just yet. Wraithax, $20 super chat says, Scotch, football, Earth 2, NFT projects killing it, and the Randy/Dashy show. Perfect Tuesday night. So for my birthday last week, my friend Nick and Meg got me a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, and I haven't been able to enjoy it yet because I've been sick. I cannot wait to break that bottle open and just be like, I cannot wait for that. Dude, Wraithax, I think this year is probably a pretty good year for you. This was an accumulation year, whether it was Omi or Earth 2 or those domain names that you got the other week or throughout this year that you just cashed out on. But I think that next year, I really hope you stop working next year. I really hope you take some time to enjoy yourself, because next year you'll be a decamillionaire if you're not already, and if you are already, you'll probably be 100. Like between Earth 2 and Omi alone, that's so much money. There's so much money. For those of you that don't know, Wraithax doesn't have as much size, let's say, like, King Tech Ops or Arya Realty investments, but it's got a lot of tiles, a lot of really great locations, getting a ton of essence and jewels each day. And just It's just bananas. Probably has minimum 10 times as much essence I do, if not more. Yeah, probably hundreds of thousands um, of essence. And yeah, that will have a Binance listing at some point, in my opinion, allegedly, because we have the one of the former workers at Binance, as our head of strategy now, which is bananas. But I'm glad you're here, Raythax. So moving on to where I was beforehand. Hayden Bold says, "Hey Randy, what's your argument when somebody says NFTs are just hyperlink and there shouldn't be any value behind NFTs?" So I actually made a video about this the other day. I think it was yesterday. It was just how to get people to buy NFTs on VeVe at least. And yeah, somebody like, well, I could just screenshot it. Yeah, if we're talking about like digital, if we're talking about like the JPEGs, then yeah, absolutely, you can screenshot it and look at it whenever you want, and it's probably cool. It's probably, if it's cool artwork, it's cool artwork. But you can do that with like the Mona Lisa. You just take a picture of it. You can buy a fake Mona Lisa. That's the same, that's exactly the same. And it just, instead of costing millions of dollars, it costs, oh, hey, so it's $30 at, like wherever you could buy one of those, on Amazon. So yeah, you could do that forever. But ours, I mean, at least as far as ours, our NFTs, they're not JPEGs, they're not pictures, they're 3D premium digital collectibles. You have some of them that are 2D arts, and you have the comics, which are, I guess, also 2D, although you can read them in 3D. You can read them in AR. But yeah, I mean, lead a horse to knowledge, a horse to water, you can't make them drink. Same thing. Like, lead a human to knowledge, you can't make them think. They're not ready. There's high hanging fruit and there's low hanging fruit. The low hanging fruit is somebody that'll come to you and say like, "Hey, what's the deal with NFTs?" And then you could educate them. Or that middle hanging fruit is somebody that's saying like, they're at a party and you ask them to take a picture of you and your secret rare alligator Loki or you and your Doctor Doom, and they say, "Hey, what is that?" And if they don't know what NFTs are, you could just say like, you could explain it to them like the right way, the really cool way. But if it's somebody that just is completely against them, you're probably not going to change their mind. But be positive. Just say like, "Hey, listen, I like them because of this, 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 and this." Don't even mention money at first. Don't even mention the money. Just say that, "Hey, look at the secret rare Spider-Man. It's animated. It has sound. Can play with it in AR. It's just cool." And then let them know like, "Listen, I paid this much for it, and I love it. Like, I think it's worth every penny." And then when they ask, "You paid that much for it?" They're like, "Yeah." And there's like, "Are you stupid?" It's like, "Well, no, I don't think so. But I mean, if we're talking about investments, since you brought it up, well, look at the price of it now." So I did that to somebody on Facebook the other day, where they're just so anti NFT. And again, you just watch my last video on it and show you the whole story. And then, just at every turn, as long as you have the information, as long as you have the knowledge, you can parry any argument. I mean, some people are just like, "Oh, why would I buy them?" It's like, I mean, buy them because you like them. If you don't like them, don't buy them. But, they are fantastic investments, in my opinion. At least the ones that we have on VeVe. Blah, blah, blah. M says, 4,500 gems to spend. Are floor mints worth it with the squeeze or wait for Mickey and what's to come? Thank you. Well, it depends which floors are you talking about? I think right now the floors are definitely worth it because I think a lot of the floors have, gone down a bit. So I think the floors are definitely worth it right now. But if we go and we talk about the floors of the sub 100 mints, well, that's depending on the if it's common, if it's uncommon, or I'm sorry, uncommon. The floor mints that are sub 100 that I know really well are the common, the ultra rare, and the secret rares. The common, you'll have the sub 100 floors be about 10x or like 12x the normal floor. If the floor is, say, like $40, that sub 100 floor for that common will be $400 plus. For the ultra rare, it'll be about 4.5x. So if that ultra rare normal floor is about 100, expect the cheapest floor of the sub 100 to be if it's 100, expect it to be about 400 plus. If you have a secret rare, it's usually about 2.5x. So if you have a secret rare floor that, let's say, 1,000, well, the sub 100 floor of that will probably be, like 2,500, give or take. So if we're, let me go to the question again. Or so wait for Mickey. If I had 4,500 right now, well, Mickey's tomorrow, right? If I had the 4,500 right now, I would definitely get Mickey tomorrow. Um, well, I would do the blind box, and I would wait for people to get them delivered. Like out of 6,900 of those ultra rare Mickeys, I would not buy it as soon as the market opens. They'll go for like 6 grand. If you have one you want to sell, like by all means. But I think that as the day goes on, and suddenly instead of 20 of them out there, and there's like 4 grand left to be delivered, wait until there's like a couple hundred of them out there, and there's a couple hundred left to be delivered. That's probably going to be you'll probably get a lot cheaper. Let's say it starts off at 6 grand, and then it comes down to like 2 grand. Again, short term, I don't know what that's going to do. Long term, probably going to. I would consider that a blue chip. Like that would be something that is just very safe. Like nothing is 100% safe, but that is something I'd be comfortable telling my girlfriend, telling my future or past self, like, hey, yeah, go and spend 2 grand on it if that's what the price is, if that's the floor, and then sit on it for a few years if you can afford to do so. Short term, I don't know what's going to happen. Short term, it could be $800. I don't know. I mean, if I had the funds and I spent 2 grand on it, and then it goes down to 800, yeah, I'm going to buy another one. Again, I don't have the funds for that right now, but yeah. Randy, my man, what do you think about Atlas Earth? Well, Preben, I don't know. I do not have I haven't really looked into that. So I apologize. My knowledge on that subject is pretty much nothing because I don't really have any knowledge on that. Sorry. Lloyd Brenner says it really hurts that it is not a first appearance or first edition. Yeah, I know. I was a little bummed about that too. But again, it's I mean, I still like it. I don't really buy things because they're first appearance or first edition. I think there's definitely a strategy for for that, saying like, oh, hey, should I buy a first appearance or not? Before, like, again, let's say Catwoman. Should you buy that Catwoman first appearance that's sitting on her safe, or the Catwoman on a scooter? Well, I don't think any are going to be really life-changing investments, but and if let's say you don't care about the Catwoman, like if it's not your, you could take or leave one or the other. Go for the first appearance. That's probably going to be better if you're looking at an investment point. Probably going to be the best one. But if you again, that's if you don't really care for Catwoman. If you like one over the other, just get the one that you like. But if it's has to do with a strictly investment point of view, but by all means get the first appearance. That's probably going to be the one that people want more, in my opinion. And Wes, thank you for that $2 super chat saying just sell 5 low keys and you'll have all the gems. What I did do is, oh geez, I got. So I'm sorry. Yeah, be advised. I got a lot of messages here. I will get, and I haven't really gotten back to people in a while just because I've been sick and I've been, yeah. But Akomi says, shout out to everyone in the fam for organizing and participating in giveaways and in the whole thing. So gotta love them. What was I before? Yeah, so I have I have number 81 secret rare alligator Loki for sale for like 5K maybe, or 4K. I have it on sale for like 4K, 5K, something like that. And I have that one on sale because if I could sell that one, it's not really for, well, I guess it is. I could buy 2 of the normal ultra rare Lokis, or I'm sorry, secret rare alligator Lokis, let's say for like 2,400, and then say I have 1,000 gems left, and then I could, kind of do what I want. I think that's probably a good deal. Even though long term, I think the sub 100 will probably out. I don't know. I don't know which one's the best one. I just know that I can get more, again, with only 800 or 760 of them, because 40 of them were kept. But let's say 800. With 800 of them, I think in the future, it won't really matter sub 100 or not sub 100. I mean, again, there will always be a premium for sub 100 ones, but there's also going to be at some point with those, people are just going to be happy to get one because there's so few of them. I think the same thing with a bunch of other NFTs, not just that one. Felipe B says, "Hey Randy, do you think Deadpool will lose his Christmas clothes after Xmas?" Well, if you put him in a, there's a bunch of, I think I even put it on my channel here. Go to my channel, go to my community. Yeah, if you put him inside a snow globe, or put the snow globe in front of him, they yeah, you can take his clothes off that way. Like it removes the sweater. Drew Pear says, "What is the VeVe's NFT file format? The audio surprises me. How are they doing this?" I don't know. I'm not really too good or familiar with the different types of NFT, like how they're made. I thought it'd be a really cool episode of how they're made. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I'm not really that tech savvy. Mark Garrow says, 60 years, young, and used to watch Steamboat Willie on my grandma's black and white TV. Nice. Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. My grandma had a color TV when I was younger in the 90s, and she didn't have cable, so she watched. We watched in the summers. We'd watch Price is Right together. I'd watch a movie in the morning after breakfast. We'd watch The Price is Right together, and then she would watch soap operas. She liked Port Charles and General Hospital, and then after that, I was able to watch Pokemon because they were on Channel 11. But when I was really young, it was like TBS, PBS. I would watch. I don't even remember. But I only had like a couple of channels. It was like 2, 4, 7, 11, and 13. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, grandma's had good stuff. Good for you, Mark. Gooseneck says, "I will not talk about this drop until it's over." Good for you. Teleporter, what's going on? Jordan756 says, "Yo, Randy." Yo, what up, Jordan? How you doing? Robert Desmond Warner says, "Where are the old people moving on to, Randy? Recur?" I don't know. I think a lot of people of all ages are here, but Recur, a lot of the passes are selling for like $250 right now, which is a little concerning if you're really heavily invested in Recur. It's like, okay, well, they're selling under retail. Well, why? Is it because they got into it? Like, again, look, who are the people that bought Recur passes? A lot of them came from our community. A lot of people that were invested in us. They said, "Oh, hey, this might be something. Diversify a little bit." And now a lot of people are selling those passes. They pay $300. They're selling for $250. Why? Is it because of the gem squeeze that we're creating right now, and they just need the funds? Is it because some people, they expected one thing from them and they didn't get it yet, so now they're selling? Or is it because they expect to be a quick flip and they can't flip? I don't know. I don't really know. I'd really love to see the numbers on what type of people got them, what type of people decided to go and, yeah. Oh, whoa. So, shout out to Wraithax. He's got a Class 1, Tier 1 tile property giveaway. And let's see what we got here. It is in the British Isles, in the British Indian Ocean Territory. Indian Ocean Territory that he's going to give away right here. Earth 2 giveaway right now. So one of these tiles, I don't know how I should give this away. There's 100 people here. Should we do trivia? Should we do, and it's going to be the first person that does it on my screen. That I see it on my screen, because every now and then they won't do it like that. But the first one I'll see on my screen, I'll take a picture of it, I'll show it. What is the dance that Max tells Goofy to do in the Goofy movie when he's on stage. What is the dance called? The dance move called that Max tells Goofy to do on stage. You type that in, and you'll be able to win a free tile in I think that's Raytax Megacity in the British Isles. Free, class 1, tier 1. Let me know if you know what Max says to Goofy. By all means, you will win this tile. If not, then I'll do a different way. It was not mashed potato. It was not Goof It. Mashed potato. That takes me back. Mashed potato. Oh, that's do the twist, right? Right, Aldous Havley, do the twist. It wasn't Running Man. Has anyone here seen the movie? I got it. I might do a different one because I feel like a lot of people that are in Earth 2, they might not know Goofy movie. I will do one more one. Let's see what it is. Wilson Charles says, so Staying Alive was... All right, so I'll give it away, or I'll give the answer. It was called The Perfect Cast. And he said, do the perfect cast. So he does the perfect cast. But I'll do a pick a number thing, I guess. Or I'll say... He might have had a few. What was Eddie Guerrero's finishing move when he gets on the top rope and he jumps on somebody? What was Eddie Guerrero's finishing move? Gets on the top rope and he jumps on someone. I will take that answer. If first person to type that I see over there, I'll give that one. And we got Byron McFadden saying Frog Splash. Yes, Byron McFadden, you are the winner. Message me or Raythax on Twitter. I think both of our information is down below. Yes, Raythax Twitter is down below. So Byron, definitely message me or Raythax, and we'll get you that. We'll get you that free tile. And thank you. Shout out to Raythax for that. Now, where was I here? Wes says, I'm keeping Deadpool, but sold Deadpoo. Gotta love Deadpool. Reeve says, is that a Harry Potter wand? It is a Harry Potter wand. This is a Lucius Malfoy. I have the whole cane. Lucius Malfoy's cane. Got it in Harry Potter World. And let me tell you, this was not easy to bring back on a flight. They wouldn't let me bring it back on the flight. They said, like, no, this has got to go in, like, special carry-on or whatever. And then it got lost. Like, oh, my God, I cannot. So, finally, I got it. This is, yeah. I don't know how many of these they made, but this is just so cool. Yeah, so it's Lucius Malfoy's cane. His wand comes out of the cane. A little beat up right now because I play with it a lot. But you know what? Some things were just meant to be played with, right? Right? Okay, moving on here. Justin says Recur makes JPEGs. Oh, yeah, that might be why. Alice Havley says, at Margaro, 60 plus years, seasoned collector. I'm surprised and thrilled I'm not the only seasoned one present. Happy you're here. Very happy everyone. Yes. Yeah, some of you guys are really great. Some of you guys are really cool. And I'm glad that we have a lot of experience here. I also really like the community we have. Like, there's this guy named SM Pratt on YouTube. S is in Sierra, M is in Mike, and then Pratt, Pratte, who's like Pokemon Master. He's like God tier Pokemon. If I am like, let's say like Hercules, he's like Zeus. He is the collecting map. I am very intimate with the first couple of sets, the WotC sets. Let's say like the first 10 or 12 sets. He's master of all the sets. And we got a super chat here from Bubba Hernandez. Says, the perfect cast. Yes, Bubba. You're about 8 minutes too late. But yeah, the perfect cast was, that was so good. That was, yeah, if you go like to the front of the video, you see a bunch of people calling that. But yeah, the perfect cast was, oh, that was so good. That was a lot of fun. But remember, now, since you super chat, I'll give you a consolation prize. I'll get you, message me and I'll get you a free tile in Chavez Topia for that. Gracias, senor. Oh, where was I? Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just have, like, I'm really glad that you and Margaro are here because, oh yeah. Now SM Pratt isn't as flashy as, let's say, like Leonhardt, not as flashy as, what do you call it? Like Logan Paul or whatever. but he still has 20,000 subscribers, 20 plus thousand subscribers on YouTube because he's built up the type of audience that is mature. He's built up the type of audience that has a lot of really good collectors, and that just there's no nonsense in there. That's kind of what I'm really hoping to do, and I'm glad to see that I don't really have I want to say I don't really have a lot of drama, outside of that one giant stream I did, the 7-hour stream with Foster Hill, Cavell Anderson, Mr. Pags, Andre Jick. Was there anyone else on there that day? With Wendy Stibalis and the Power of Ideas, Ian Waller. There's so many people there that day. It was outside of that one giant stream. For the most part, we're all pretty chill here. We're all pretty relaxed, and we're all just hanging out. And we all can learn from each other. We all bring a lot of really good points together. Wes says in JPEGs. Oh, rip. Lord of the Realm says, thanks for the insight, Randy. I'll hang on to Deadpool. No problem, Lord of the Realm. Justin says, you're talking like Elon Musk. Oh, thanks, man. I like Elon. Elon is very special. But I don't think I would want to be Elon, because his brain's got to be close to exploding with that many ideas and that many companies, that many children, that many... Oh, God. Aldous Havley says, NFT Pirates live feed with David at 12 o'clock. Mentions new toy company that's also a new category. He mentions how good the fabric on the drop will be, new layering, etc., possibly for Xmas. Well, they made a big deal about LOL MGA brand, the LOL MGA dolls, and LOL MGM. MGA? The LOL dolls that most people that have daughters know about. There were a lot, I didn't know what they were, but a lot of people on Facebook and a lot of people on that stream, on that video that I did, yo, my daughter's gonna go bananas for this. And I was like, I don't even know what it was. The only reason I knew what it was because a couple of people messaged me yo, you don't understand. In the school here, every one of the kids, the daughters, they play with these dolls. You're right, I don't understand. So I did a little digging into them. They sell an enormous amount of dolls all over the world. The fact that they're making NFTs, the fact that we have them, and they're dolls. Oh, well, what's a big part of dolls? Is accessorizing. What happens in Remember the Titans when the little girl, one coach's daughter is playing with the other coach's daughter, and he's like, I don't want you to be playing with no dolls, and she's like, I'm not playing, I'm accessorizing. It's okay. Well, they're accessorizing. Little girls love to take dolls and they love to put them in different skirts and different tops and different shoes, the hair in different things, and I guess some little boys too, or kids in general. So if they're able to do that on, in AR, in VR, that's going to be bananas. That's going to be absolutely insane, and kids are going to go ape poop over it. And actually, this really gets me. I'm not concerned. Yeah, I guess a little concerned, a little worried that we're gonna have people that might have an I'm telling you right now, I have an addictive personality. Recovering alcoholic, but it's very because now that I drink in moderation, this is a very addictive site, and not all of this is going to be happy. There's going to be a couple of cases. There's going to be a couple of cases that's oh, this person didn't just sell their house for NFT. No, this person lost their house. This person lost this, and they lost. They actually made fun of it in South Park a little bit, where they where Butters, when he grows up, makes a bunch of money selling NFTs, and he gets people to sell their cars and sell their houses to buy NFTs. Yeah, I lost all my 401k, but I got this dog taco that wags his tail. Make a lot of money with it, but this is very, very addicting. Also because you can make a lot of money with it. So, I think we should. So those are my thoughts on this. I think when he mentions a new category, yeah, toys, accessory. Yeah, I think good fabric. What I'm thinking when I say fabric means fabric, clothes. Could he mean fabric of the universe? Let's say, in spoilers for Spider-Man: No Way Home. In the second trailer that you see at the end of the credits, it's basically a trailer for Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, and you see America Chavez in the trailer. She's the one that has, almost looks like a Captain America shield on her back. Her name is America Chavez. Gonna get a bunch of NFTs of her. But one of her superpower is that she can punch a hole in the fabric of the universe. She can punch a hole in the fabric of our reality, and she can dimension hop. So maybe it's some of these types of utility. If we're talking about utility, it could go with the fact that, hey, we're gonna punch a hole in the fabric of our NFT metaverse, and we're gonna be able to go to, let's say, Earth 2's metaverse. We're gonna go to Epic's metaverse. Again, I don't think that's what he's talking about right now, but in the future, that is very possible. So that would be. The drop will be new layering. Maybe that might be the first drop that will have the queue. So that's possible. Yes, that is possible. Now, where was I beforehand? Oh, yes. YegsY says, hey, Randy, hope you're feeling better. I feel like not many people talking about Master Collector Program. Wouldn't be smart to collect the cheap secret rare comics. Each are 6 points. So I did answer this before, but I'll answer this now again for the people that were not here before. The secret rare comics you buy, if I were to buy them, it's because of secret rare comics, not because they're points in the Master Collector Program. You can get more points in the Master Collector Program from commons and not spend as much money, in my opinion. Now, if you already have those commons and and if you have a bunch of money and it's like, well, I want as many points as possible, then sure. But if you only have enough for that, I would not do that just for points. I would do that because they're secret rare comic books, and for an investment standpoint, not for the points, in my opinion. Why some are going for two? Oh my God, are some secret rare comics really going for $250? God, that's so little. It's almost nothing. Oh God, I should get on that. I should really get on. I don't have enough gems. I don't have enough money. I will. Oh man, this is. Oof. So I will definitely look for that in the future. And we got a $5 suggestion from Raythax. Nice. At Aldous, it is a brave new world. Love your avatar. So Aldous Havley, if you are here, wait, is that Atticus Finch? Is that Aldous Havley? Is that Atticus Finch in your profile picture? Good spot, Raythax, if that was. But yes, it's a brave new world. Agreed 100%. Raythax, $20 super chat saying, Scotch, football, Earth 2, NFT project, killing it, and the Randy and Dashy show, perfect Tuesday night. Dude, I'm so happy that I'm alive in the same times as... If you were born, in like 1988 through 1992 era, you could do anything the same as me. I mean, anyone could do anything the same as me, but just we got so lucky to be able to see what it was like without technology, and then technology progressed, and suddenly new world, and to grow up with Pokemon. Part of the reason why I'm so successful is because of Pokemon. Part of the reason why I'm so successful is because I did have that 1 foot in another world and 1 foot in technology world, and Earth 2, I got into because I can tell which way the wind is blowing. And Raythax $5 says, it is Aldous Huxley, author of Brave New World. Oh, okay. I see what he did there. Good spot, Raythax. With Aldous Huxley, author of Brave... Oh, that's good. That's got a lot of layers. Like Shrek. Like an onion. They have layers. God, I'm dying. I'd have to stop. Good call. But back to Raythax's other super chat. It's like, yeah, a lot of us got lucky in learning what to get into, and a bunch of people that are older than me got really lucky because they were old enough to and have enough money, because again, it's a lot easier for people in their 40s and 50s and higher to take advantage of these new web things like Web 3.0 that we're in now. Well, why? It's because they've had a lot more time to make a lot more money than a lot of us have in our late 20s and early 30s. Yes, I am now 31. It's but anyway, they've had a lot more time to make a lot more money than us, and they can capitalize on. And Wraithx did that beautifully this past year with, again, Earth 2, OMI, NFTs. I'm clearly Scotch football. So I really hope a lot of you guys are going to take it easy next year as we moon with Earth 2's Essence crypto, Akomi's OMI crypto, and our NFTs and all that. Justin says, animals are part of the Matrix. They are excellent computer code. Bill Gardner says, Randy, some of the comic secret rares are don't tell me that. Don't tell me that these are $250, $300. I will not believe you. I believe you. But that's so cheap. Which ones? All right, so let's go to comics. Let's say Daredevil #1. That secret rare is not going to be $1,700. I knew that one was not going to be. But what about Avengers #47? Wow, that was $290. So Avengers #47. That is $290. Jesus. There's 600 editions. Like, again, I don't really know, the Black Knight that well, or at all, really. Jesus, that's so cheap. That is so cheap. So there can't be that many on sale. Yeah, these are. I don't know if there are any that are. They're not going to be any sub 100. There's number 274 that's out there, but that's insane. If I had the money, I'd get it right now. Mogar says X-Men, Hawkeye, Iron Fist. Oof. Mashi says, hey Randy, greets from Germany, Hamburg, stamps, love them, dude. Says, will Elsa sing? Huge speculation in Germany. So first off, I love your country. I haven't been to Germany in a while because of the pandemic. Hopefully get to go there next year. I get to go there next year. But I've been to Hamburg, driven on the Autobahn. I have a lot of friends stationed in that country, so I used to go there a lot. Can't wait to go again. I can't wait. But will Elsa sing? I think at some point, if they do give everyone or everything utility, and you play a button, let's say you press a button, let's say that little thing on her shoe, you press it, and then that's like a timer, and it goes, let it go, and I'll rise with break of dawn, or like let's say, like, okay, you press the button and the timer starts, let it go, perfect girl is gone. Like, that would be insane. That would literally be insane. And I would I have her, so I hope so, but I'm not going to expect that. If it does, it's a happy surprise. Because again, like, if I get my hopes up and then it doesn't happen, it's going to crush me. So I'm going to lower my expectations for that. And Cake says, homies! Hey Randy, hey guys, what's up, Cake? How's it going? Philip B says, why at Mashi? Why is Germany in general hugely speculating on that? Bill Gardner says, wow, it's a good point. That would be crazy if Elsa sings. I know, right? Wendy! How's it going, Wendy? How's it going, girl? I am feeling a lot better. I was not okay the last week. Like, I was sick, like, on my birthday, on December 15th, and I go and I was just like, I streamed for a little bit, and then so the next day was the holiday stream. I was on there with Reese and Alex and Cavell and Tabs and everyone, and Wendy. Was Wendy on there? I don't even know if Wendy was on. I was pretty sick, so I don't actually remember 100% what happened with that. And then after that, I just didn't stream since then. I made like one video per day, but I was done. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. Like, you see me cough, I was crying on my streams. It was just like, hey, guys, but I do feel a lot better. Justin B says, Randy, I got the full Disney set, thinking it would go for a premium someday. Now I'm wondering if owning multiple walls is a better strategy. Will we ever be able to sell the full sets? Thoughts? yes, we will be able to sell full sets. We will be able to sell multiples at once. It could be a full set, like, oh, hey, season 1 of the Labits. You can sell that, or you can be like, okay, I'm selling these. I'm selling one of these Labits. I'm selling one of these Powerpuff Girls, one of these Adventure Times. You can sell that. Now, if you go and you do that, and you say you only sell these as a trio, there's probably going to be so few people looking for those things. But yeah, selling them as sets will be able to be done in the future. Full Disney, yeah. I mean, it's probably okay, but I got the Avengers logo just because I have all the Marvel stuff, with the exception of Ben Reilly. I don't have that Spider-Man yet, but I do have the rest of the Ben. I do have the rest of the Marvel stuff. So having said that, I think it would be better to, in my opinion, if I had the choice, I'd be like, okay, I could get, the Avengers logo, and I could get Homer, and I could get the car, all of them, or I could get Walt. I would just get another Walt. Like, in my opinion, I would just get another Walt. Just because that one seems to be like the bluest of the blue chip, like the top of the mountain as far as collectibles. Like that's a grail. That is a big one that everyone's gonna want. Whereas the Pizza Planet truck and Wally haven't done that well. Homer Simpson's done okay. I have Homer, I have Elsa, and I have Iron Man and the Avengers logo. I probably should sell Homer, but I don't want to. If I am gonna sell something, it should maybe be my, I don't know. I don't know what to sell. Maybe my 2 postage stamps that I have, or I have the common, the uncommon Dragon Girl from season 1. I can't. I don't want to sell. But those are my thoughts. I think getting Walt is probably, I don't think you can go wrong with that. Especially when you have someone like Dr. Profit that has like 100 Walts. Probably a good idea to get something like that. Now, Dr. Profit also has a couple of dozen secret rare Lokis. Alligator Lokis. So. Yeah, I think I'm responsible for him doing that. Felipe B says, Wendy, heart. David Z says, not sure Shu being a statue and not sure an animated NFT. Yeah, because Wendy's Elsa is a statue, so I don't know if she would be animated. But again, even though she might not be animated, she could still have sound. You could just press a button and then because again, like when you have, let's say, like a Christmas ornament and you press a button, the Christmas ornament doesn't go, the Christmas ornament, it just plays from a speaker. So I think that could be possible as well. That you press a button and it just plays from a speaker from her. Wendy's waving back at Felipe B. Gooseneck says there should be very little or no points for comics, period. They only cost $7. Who needs to realize who is spending money here? I don't care what you paid in the market. So let me break that down a little bit. Well, I mean, a lot of people were buying comics because they were supposed to be having points to them. Although, actually, originally they did say no points. They weren't going to be worth anything. Because, again, they didn't count toward completed sets. So I never collected them because they didn't count toward sets. And then they did wind up saying, oh, hey, Master Collector Program. You will be getting some points for it. So I was like, oh, well, I probably should have been collecting them. Crypto Pro says, I'm 54. Imagine the technological changes I've seen. Things we have now were just fantasy when I was a kid. Love your shows, brother. Carlton. Dude, thanks, man. Love you too. Yeah, dude, things are wild. Things are... Who would have ever thought? Like, even in the last, like... Let's just go with, let's say, in the MCU. And I promise there's a track in my head here. Iron Man in 2008. Well, that was our 2008. And that goes until, like, 2023. He says, like, when I first became Iron Man, Man on Tin Can, I didn't think that we would have all these amazing gods and aliens and, like, tell this to me in 2008, I'd tell you you're crazy. And that's just in, like, the 15 years from Iron Man to Endgame, I think, because, they had a 5-year time jump. So I think it was supposed to be, like, 2023. It's incredible. It's amazing. So you take someone like Crypto Pro, who's 54. hold on, was it 57? So 67, 77, 87, 97, 07. No, I'm sorry, 77, right? So 87, 97, 87, 97, 07, something. I keep missing this. 60, 77, 87, 97, 07, 17. So you were born in 67. Yeah, so if you were born in 1967, you were born the same age as Eddie Guerrero. Eddie. So you're born the same year as he was. And black and white TVs. And there was no VCRs. There was no. I mean, radio was still a big thing, but yeah. So there's radio, and again the internet. Like Bill Gates got made fun of for the internet because where there was, you know, he got made fun of because he was on he was on Letterman, and he was saying like, oh well, you know, Letterman's asking him like, hey, I just saw that you had a you know, the internet. You had a baseball game on there. You know, they were streaming a baseball game on the internet. Is it correct? And Bill Gates like, yeah, it was. And you know, the Letterman's like, well, have you ever heard of like radio? Like, you know, have you ever? You can't watch it on TV. You can at least listen to it on the radio. So people are making fun of him for the internet. God, could you? And that was not even that long ago. It was 30 years ago. Maybe not even when that interview took place. That looked like it was in the 90s. So, yeah, and now it's I distinctly remember in 2016 when there was an attempted coup d'etat in Turkey, in Incirlik, Turkey, or in Turkey. My friends at Incirlik were unaffected, thank God, but they shut down the internet like for like a while, and I remember finally getting back on the internet like a week later or a few days later or something, and then something about suddenly everyone was talking about shoving breadsticks in their purses, and also there was a Chewbacca mask lady, where this lady in a Chewbacca mask, she would laugh, and every time she would laugh, it triggered a sound or an effect in the Chewbacca mask to make it go. Ugh. So she would laugh, and Chewbacca would go, Ugh, and it would cause her to laugh again. And I remember getting back on the internet. I was like, what is this? And I was gone for a week. I was gone for like a couple days. So, you know, and that was in 2016. So from news moving very slowly when Crypto Pro was born to now, if I don't cover something in the first couple of hours, it's old news by the end of the night. Like if something happens in the morning and I don't cover it at 11 a.m., 12 a.m., it would be possibly in poor taste to cover it at the end of the night because so many other people have probably given their, you know, 2 cents on it. Like 8, 10 other, you know, a bunch of people on that fridge, like Stark Wilson, Wendy Stibalis, Kyle Willson, and Golden Assets. They might have already covered that on YouTube or at EQ_crypto or at Not Stark Helix or at Hey David Don on Twitter. Would go on and they would say, oh, hey, guess what? We covered it on Twitter already. So, yeah, it's really insane. Crypto Pro's giving us some perspective there. Now, where was I? Where was I here? Yeah, so, Gooseneck. I like that they did that because some people that aren't on here necessarily for points or whatever, they just like collecting comics. And, you know, they get a little something for that. So yeah, if somebody is putting in thousands or tens of thousands of dollars into your thing, they should get rewarded for that a little bit. And their way of giving back is saying, hey, we're going to give you some points in the Master Collector program. So I'm happy they're doing that. And I don't have a lot of comics. I have mostly commons. So I'm not really benefiting from people, you know, from getting points. Most people are getting secret rares and full sets. They are. Bill Gardner says, how about 116,000 Omi or Mickey Rare Ultra? Well, how much is 116,000 Omi? Let's see. What was it, 6? Well, 116,000 Omi would be about $675, maybe? maybe $700. So if you had $700, what do? You know, do you go and you put it into Omi? Or you buy... If I'm talking just from a investment standpoint, if you can get the ultra rare Mickey for 700, sure, get the ultra rare Mickey, but I think Omi would probably be better for investment, because again, even if you get it for $700, is that going to 10x? Maybe it could reach 7,000 at some point next year, but I don't think. Yeah, I now, what do I want more? Well, I want the Mickey thing. I already have enough Omi, so I want Mickey more. Like I don't have like an emotional attachment to Omi. I have an emotional attachment to some of my NFTs, so I would want Mickey more. But responsibly, I don't know. That being said, I'm gonna try to get Mickey. I think it'll be too. Yeah. So I guess what I'm actually doing is I'm actually trying to get enough money so I can get enough gems so I can get Mickey tomorrow. And as I get Mickey tomorrow, so I guess that answers it. I'm opting to get more. I'm opting to get Mickey over buying more gems, which I am doing end of this week, probably, maybe on Christmas. Heaven says, I have a feeling Earth 2 will be a better investment than Omi long term. So glad I invested in both. Well, I'm going to say yes, but only because Omi's been out for a while. Omi's like 200x or 150x since its inception, whereas the Earth 2 crypto hasn't even started yet. So the Earth 2 crypto, let's say that we got it, at 0.00 whatever. Again, I have 30,000 essence. Wraithax has hundreds of thousands. So does Arya Realty Investments. So does King Tech Ops. So does a bunch of other people. We get it really cheap because of how we play the game. So again, Omi's already 150x for some people. Earth 2 crypto hasn't come out. So from right now, Earth 2 crypto has the potential to go a lot higher than Omi as far as gain percentage wise from right now, because again, Earth 2 crypto hasn't started yet. But I definitely think Omi is less speculative because I think it's a little bit safer. And I have 116 million Omi. I only have 31,000 essence. But again, we don't know the price of essence. But again, I have $6,000 waiting. For those of you that missed it before, where I started at the beginning of the video, if you were not here, I'll show you. I have $6,200 in my Earth 2 account, ready to get more essence. I already have 31,000 essence. I have $6,000 waiting there to get more. So, yeah. Bill Gardner's 116,000 away from a million Omi. At that point, then I would get more Omi. Crypto Boy says, "Hi Randy, no drops from the past 3 months. I'm clicking the buy now button right as it pops up. Have a ping of 8 seconds. I don't know what having a ping of 8 seconds would mean as far as internet speed, but sorry, man. Keep trying. That's the best I can say. Just keep trying." Crypto Boy says, "Crypto millionaire Randy." Hey. Crypto Boy says, "Any suggestions to get a drop?" That's just what I do. Like, you guys see what I do on each drop. Just, it's with my thumb, but that's it. That's the only thing yeah. That's the only thing I do. Just try to get an adrenaline rush going. Pray to Dashy beforehand. Right, boy says, "Randy, sent you a message on Twitter. Got that high mint Iron Fist. Unfortunately, right now, I just don't have gems. I just can't buy it." Ray Grenade says, "What's up, fool? I won't sell anything under 2 ETH on Coinbase. Get that bread." See, this is also what I'm talking about. There are going to be people like me. Like, well, I want to say Mr. Pags because he's probably just not going to sell. But there's people like me, like Ray, like a bunch of other people we represent, saying that we're not going to sell for a certain amount. Now, like Mr. Pags and Dr. Profit, there are 2 people I know that they just won't sell. But like a couple of people, like me, like we'll sell at the right price, but we're not going to sell for down here. Like, we're not going to sell for these prices. Fireboy says, might be interested. What you looking to get? What am I looking to get? I mean, I'm not really. I don't really have the bartering chips. I don't have the gems, and I'm not gonna. I can't spend any of my OMI. We're gonna use that crypto boy. Same in the past 2 months. I've only got one drop. Damn. I was Bill Gardner. Don't need the gems that bad. Just knew Randy likes the high mints. Ah, thank you. Bought a recur pass just for the heck of it. Nice. Wubba Wubba says, I think the only get one recur pass could have been ultra rare Deadpool. Could have been. How was his mashed potato? I think that was a song where like, I can really shake it. Do you love me? Do you? Yeah, because they said do the twist. Yeah, they said do the mashed potato. That was a dance move back in the day. Kryptonite says goof it, baby. Oh, these are all the So these are all the comments about those. Gotcha. What's up, Potsy Weber? David Bolin says, Randy, what are your thoughts on the Throgs? Everything they'll soar to $800, 800 plus ultra rare like they were the week of release. Yes, eventually, yes. They actually had Chris Hemsworth come back and he was a bro. He did it like for free. Chris Hemsworth. He came back, lent his voice to be Throg. Because Throg is there's two different types of Throgs. There's a Chris Hemsworth, like a Thor Throg, and there's the Throg that we have. This is Billy something. I forget his name. Let me take a look. I have the whole set. Mashed potato, do the twist. All right. Oh, I don't know. Let me see the. There are two types of. Either way, whatever it is, they had Chris Hemsworth come back to do the voice of Throg for Loki's the Loki series. They just didn't use it. But again, he was a bro. He just did it for free. He just recorded. Again, they did this in the pandemic, so he recorded it in like his own studio or recorded it locally. They sent it to him. They just didn't use it. But it was supposed to be Loki getting his butt kicked by Throg, which happens. So I'm very, very curious to see that. And they did show Throg in Thor 2 or in Loki season 2. So I am very excited to see where that goes. I'll probably get more of him. The reason why I chose Alligator Loki as opposed to Throg is because Throg was the ultra rare, and Throg has a lot more mints too. There's 2,080 of them, although only 70 of them are on the market. 250 floor. Let me go and see if there's any. The additions low to high. I guarantee it's going to be minimum of 1,000. I don't think there's going to be any under 1,000. Oh, number 81 for $999. Crypto Van Gogh. Oh, and 98 for $959. So those are slightly undervalued, but just slightly. What were you saying about Throg? Yes, they will definitely go up in the future. Boba Hernandez, talking about the perfect cast. Potsy says 69. Wendy says, Randy, hope you're feeling better. Thank you. I am. James Burns says, so which NFT do you think is the best from this week? Probably going to be Steamboat Willie. Leonard Holmes says, let's go. Cannot wait for tomorrow and the rest of the week. Love your videos and songs. Thank you. Aldous Havley's NFT Pirates live feed with David at an hour 20 says, David mentions a new toy company that's also a new category. He mentions how good the fabric of the drop will be, new layering, etc., possibility for Xmas. Could be the LOL. We've had that announcement for a while now. Now they talk about it could be Razzles, it could be like Fisher Price. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm very excited for it, and I'm very excited for what's to come. Well, but what says, what about the controversial photo leak? I've had so many people ask me to make those images in NFT. Controversial photo, so it was so crazy. I just watched that video that I did, trying to see like what I made. That video, if I go to my videos, it was called How My Success in Earth 2 and VeVe got my private photos leaked. So that was that was an interesting one. Yeah, I released this. I think it was on my birthday too. Oh, December 16th. It was the day after my birthday. Yeah, I remember doing this after the stream. I was just started to get sick. That was bananas. So definitely go watch that video if you haven't. It's pretty funny. Aldous House says that was from the feed a couple days ago. Hour 20 is a timestamp. That could be part of the Xmas drop. Oh, I was thinking maybe Squishmallows would be great because that'd be another Jeremy Paddleworth connection. Plush being a new category, that would be really cool too. Raythax $5 super chat saying Aldous is a brave new world. Love your avatar. Aldous says boom. Thanks Raythax. Hashtag read Aldous. No, it's a book of Aldous Huxley. Raythax nailed it. He did. Author of Brave New World. Thank you. Brownies says, yo, Randy, had to finish VeVe Vision video. Finally here. Let's go. Top Killers is booty. Oh my god. So there's a photo that came out in New York Post. And it was, I don't know why it's like so controversial. In the line of booty, where some NYPD lieutenant gets a lap dance from a rookie at a wild holiday party. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just two consenting adults. Just I don't know why you said booty, but it just reminded me of the headline "In the Line of Booty" from Monday. So it was from yesterday. Is today Tuesday already? Wow, that's insane. Yeah. Flickerbits says, please let me know if you're ever interested in acquiring a low mint Ben Riley. Yeah, keep that. I probably next year when Omi moons. I would love to collect that. Crypto Niner says, interesting. David, you specifically mentioned that the pizza truck is a hidden undervalued gem since it has been in every scene. It's been in every movie. Again, everyone knows what it is because, again, it's been in every movie. But, oh god, hiccups. Oh god, more hiccups. I mean, I guess that's the only vehicle I don't have. Unless if the utility for the vehicle is saying, hey, you can only get into these things if you have this vehicle. Because, if that were the case... If you were only getting into certain parts of, let's say, like Disney parks or whatever, or Pixar parks, if you had the Pizza Planet truck movie, or the Pizza Planet truck, it really makes sense because there's only 6,333 of them. And it's less than $600 now. Maybe it is. If anything, I could just buy it next year. One USPS Eagle? Oh, I'd love that, but I don't know. Owen says, I'm very happy you're feeling better. Thank you. I am going to have to bounce soon because my throat is not having it. Would you sell your full set Mighties for a Todd? Well, which one? I mean, I have so many. Full set of Captain... Oh, you mean like all of my Mighties? Probably not. Crypto Pro says 54. He's 54. Imagine the technological change he's seen. Things we have now were just fantasy when he was a kid. Love your shows, brother. Thank you. I remember a story where my grandpa bought my uncle in like the 70s, or maybe, yeah, it was definitely the 70s. He spent $100 in the 70s buying him one of the first calculators. It's pretty insane. Latita says, I thought I was old, but you're a decade older. Cryptos is 67, yes. Uncle Drew says, Viva la raza. Dun, 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 dun. Crypto Pro says, time flies when you're having fun. Crazy thing is, 44 seems like 44 was just yesterday. Goes by very fast. My 20s went by in a flash. 20s went by so quickly. And I don't want to say that was the best time of it. That was a whole struggle. 20s, I had a lot of fun. But I struggled a lot too. And already I can tell you that 30s is going to be better. not because I'm probably gonna have more fun. It's just because I'm never gonna struggle now the way that I did in my 20s. At least I hope not. And if I do, it will be because I want to, not because I have to. 20s, I was young. I was hot. I'm not gonna. I was hot. And 30s, I can still be. Once I get better, move down to Florida, get a consistent gym, and I, can, diet and everything. But 30s, you have more money. You're smart. You know how to party. You know scientifically what to mix and what not to mix, and what you can do and what you can't do, and um, it's more comfortable, mostly. Crystal Stroud says, "Hi, Randy. Meow. I missed the E2 updates. Anything super important?" We got this guy named Omar that used to work at Binance. He's one of our strategic heads now at Earth 2, and he used to work at Binance. So say hello to a Binance listing probably early next year for Earth 2. Aldous says that Crypto Pro 71 turned the big 50 this year. I remember my dad bringing home a microwave, and it was freaky to see it cook stuff. We would turn it on, and the whole family would take 2 steps back. Oh my god. Well, even now, I don't know if it's like an old wives' tale or anything, but I don't stand next to a microwave because it uses it excites the atoms, and what if it's like radiation? What if it gives you cancer? What if it explodes and it blows the door off? I've done that a couple of times. So yeah, I understand that. What says Crypto Pro looks younger than 54. Jeff Bevan says, any more Australian-based extortion attempts? Not yet. We've had no other extortion attempts. Somebody messaged me saying someone tried to. Let me see who it was. I won't say the name, but and it wasn't like an extortion attempt on me, but it was friend Alex saying, "My dear bro, I just wanted to warn you and your family about a scam. The scammer sends violent pictures and threatens to hurt people or their family unless they pay money. Someone tried to scam my dad with it today." And that was a couple days ago. You can't scare me with that. No. So, again, the only thing that I would, I mean, you guys know me by now. You guys know I wouldn't do anything, but I don't want to say there's no way to scam me, because I mean, anyone could fall for anything at some point. Let's say if there was somebody that was doing really good in the community, and they want to do a giveaway. It's hey, send me all the collectibles. I'll do the giveaway, and then the person they were doing that because somebody had their sister held hostage. You're gonna do this, or I'm gonna off your sister, and I don't know. I wouldn't blame that person for doing it. I'd be okay, well, whatever. Well, I wouldn't blame the person that was trying to pay off, whoever. But with that, you can't do that to me. You cannot. My friends are protected, not even by me. By their own. I'm under my friends' protections. But yeah, no one would be able to do that. Rahil D says, I have 1 essence so far. That's a start. Crypto Pro says, wow, man, you are taking me back. I remember the day we got our first microwave, too. Yes, thought we were all going to be radioactive. Happy 50th, Aldous. Crypto Pro says, at West, I got that a lot. It's weird because 30 years ago, I didn't remember seeing 54-year-olds who didn't look like geezers. Dude, that was not, when you were younger, I remember when I was growing up, if you were 54, you were dead. You were old, and you were not good looking, and you were dead. But now it's I'm dating a 47-year-old, and she's not the oldest person I've dated. So people got really good at retaining their youth. People get really good at, because again, if you retain your youth, that's a good quality to have, because that opens up the door to get more mates. That opens up the door to, people are living longer. So, but yeah, back in the day, people that were 50, they're just old. People that were there's some people that just, and I get it, you move slower when you're 30 than when you're 20, but people that were in their 30s were just they were not they didn't look good. They didn't look healthy. Now, granted, most people didn't like work out. Like, now it's pretty common for you to see like, oh, hey, you look great. You're 45. You look like you're 27. So it's more commonplace now for people to go to the gym and work out because, again, well, why? Well, because if you work out, you look better. If you look better, you can attract more people and you can have a little more fun. Zephyr Sir says, Dr. Profit is Ray Fixie, right? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Meet Kevin Padawan says, Randy, I'm streaming now and we love you, bro. Talking Mickey strategy. Get that bread. Alex Havley says, thanks, Crypto Pro. Big hugs your way. Happy 54th. Letitia Nezi says, I feel my 20s were yesterday. Yeah. I mean, for me, my 20s were only, a year, like 13 months ago. And I was 29. Zephyr says, you check the medium for the Kozak drop? Not all that glitters is gold. Remember the true meaning of Xmas. Presents, Labit wants them all. It's true. There was this airdrop for all 3 set holders. I talked about it at the beginning of this. I think it might be, and I think I might miss it because I just don't have the funds to collect the whole set. And Ruben Tenzema with that $1.99 super chat. And I think it's a hey you, hey you, I don't like your girlfriend. Are you Weiss Schnee in that profile picture? She's from Ruby. She's pretty cool. Excuse me. And we got Donna Paps is glad to see you feeling better. When do you predict OMI will reach 1 cent? I think the same month we get exchanges. The only reason I don't think that it will happen in January is if, let's say we get exchanges like January 28th. Well, we might need a little more time than a couple days to reach a cent. But either if we get exchanges mid-January, it'll probably be over a cent in January. If we get in February, it'll be in February, give or take. So yeah. Crystal Strauss says, I missed your birthday. Happy belated. Thank you. Yeah, it was the 15th. And it was a fun stream. I forget what we did. I think we were just talking about OMI and everything and everything. So it was good. It was fun. And then but I was sick that day. And then I got sicker the next day, and then there was no streams for a while. This is my first stream in a while. Crypto Pro says, Alex Havley, thank you, my friend. Ryan Brown says, is Riso worth the 4.7K right now to complete my Series 1 set, or do you think it will go down more? If you had, let's say $7,000, and you had the chance to get Riso, and let's say you have $2,000 left, give or take. Say $2,300 left to get some of the rest of there is, because why Riso? Like, it's not a Todd. Well, only 1,750 people can ever get that first set, and that's the first set. That's going to be a ton of money, and there's already a lot. Like, I think that is very undervalued. I see that. Listen, I see Todd next year going to like 8K. If not 10K or more. What do you think Riso's going to do? What do you think is going to happen when people start to realize, oh, this is the first set ever on VeVe, and only 1,750 people can get that? When we have 10 million people on this app, which I think we're going to get 15, 20 million people next year, but let's say 10 million, super conservative. The end of next year, we have 10 million people on this app, which we're going to have a lot more than that. But let's say 1% of them are millionaires. Okay, well, 10% is 1 million. 1% is 100,000 people. Let's say even 0.1% of them, or let's say out of the millionaires, let's say 10% of those want that first set. Okay, well, there's 10,000 people that want that set, 10,000 millionaires that want that set, and guess what? They can't get it. They cannot get that set because it's impossible. There's only 1,750 of them. So I think Eddie Riso is very, very undervalued, in my opinion. Wes says, do you think you will take 6-figure contracting job overseas to buy more NFTs and OMI? I would have done that already. I probably should have done that already. I should have sold everything for massive discounts in April. And if I knew what I knew now, I probably would have. I would have sold everything for massive discounts, gotten maybe instead of 116 million OMI, maybe at the time, let's say got 100 million OMI, and then over the course of the year, from April to that April to next April, I would have gotten a lot more. Yeah, I definitely should have done that, but I didn't. So, but I'm not going to do that now. Crypto Pros is at Letitia Netzi. Yep, that's why we have to live it up each and not put off achieving our goals because time doesn't take a pause. I think it was BoJack Horseman's grandma saying, "Time, or his time's arrow keeps moving forward," something like that. Watch BoJack Horseman. That is one of the greatest shows on Netflix. And Ruben Tenzema, thank you so much for that super chat. I'll just have it's a sleepy time. Glad you're feeling better and back. Big hugs. I got to go to bed too. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Thank you all for the super chats. And everyone check out Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, Kyle Willson, and Golden Assets on YouTube. And at Not Star Helix, at Hey David Don, and at EQ_crypto on the Twitter. I love you guys. Thank you all for the super chats. Goodbye. Meow, meow, meow. Wow.